Welcome to Your Mic is Hot, the podcast where we speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life. I'm your host, Julie Eichhoff of the Online School for Voiceover, and I believe that your voice, your story, and your skills are the keys to creating a business that's as unique as you are. And let's dive in. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Your Mic is Hot. I am Julie, your host. Today, we're going to be talking about something that comes up a lot in conversations with people. And the question is simply, how do I make money from stuff I'm already creating? So whether you are someone who is recording podcast episodes or sharing ideas online in a blog, becoming a coach or creating content, having an online course, how do we turn all of that wisdom, that talent, that skill, and time into actual income? And that's what we're going to be diving into today. So this is called Monetize the Mic, ways to earn from your voice, content, or expertise. This is a really special and practical episode, so grab a notebook, grab a notes app. I want you to be fully engaged as you listen here and pick things out that work for you, okay? To begin with, let's redefine monetization. You know, monetization can have a negative sound to it in some ways if you think somebody's trying to, get one over on you, sell you something you don't need, sell you something you don't want, in some way be kind of sleazy in the sales part. But monetization simply means you're taking something that you do well, and maybe it's your voice, your ideas, your knowledge, and you simply turn it into something that helps people and at the same time earns you an income. So it can be a really helpful environment. It doesn't have to be, sleazy. So your expertise is valuable. Your talent, your skills, your knowledge is all valuable. And you can build something that's honest and helpful and profitable without being salesy. And the key is that you're offering this knowledge and this skill to be helpful to someone else. So we're going to go through a couple of the big categories here and really talk through some great ideas for you on ways to monetize your online business. We're going to start with if you're a podcaster. Maybe you are new to podcasting and you have just a few episodes under your belt, or you could have a full archive of episodes already. The main thing is that you love talking into the mic, you have a story to share, but you're not really sure how to make this thing make you some money. Well, here's a few ways to monetize even if you don't have a huge audience already. The first way is affiliate marketing. And this is one of those things, too, that may feel icky when you just say the words, but I'm going to tell you, I love affiliate marketing, especially if you approach it with that helpful type of environment. If you are always mentioning your favorite microphone, while you're doing your podcast, or your favorite software, it could be the favorite chair you're sitting in or a sweatshirt you're wearing, whatever it is, something that's your favorite, something you truly love. It could be a book that you read about productivity. It could be a course that you took, anything, something that changed your life, something that you really, really like and believe in. Well, research that thing, see if they have an affiliate program. And if they do, grab your unique link. You'll get a link that anytime someone uses will be credited back to you. And then just mention these things naturally in your episodes. Something like, oh, by the way, I use the blah, blah, blah planner every day and I swear by it. And you can grab it using my link in the show notes. And it can be just that simple. It can be just a simple mention saying, here's something I love. Oh, and if you want it to, I have the link in the show notes. I do this for my free course for voiceover, the Intro to Voiceover course, because somebody may really want to go check that out. So I use it for something free, but you can use it for something with an affiliate link that actually earns you income. And in fact, I have an affiliate program with my course, by the way, and it serves best people who are bloggers, like work-from-home bloggers. So if that's you and you're interested, you need to reach out to me. Another way, if you are a podcaster, where you can earn some income is to create some bonus content or premium feeds, something above and beyond your regular podcast episodes. You can use websites like Patreon and Supercast. These are essentially resources for you. They can help you build your community and offer products that you can sell or sell something as a subscription. So it's a method of gathering a payment, getting people to purchase something of yours. Ideas for some of the things that you can actually sell would be like bonus question and answer sessions, early access to interviews, mini training sessions. Doesn't have to be fancy, just a little bit deeper than what you normally offer on your podcast, or something that's maybe behind the scenes. So something where a person gets to peel back the layer and see something special. Okay? Another idea is to sell your services. So are you a coach? Are you a podcast editor? Are you a branding consultant? Well, mention it, whatever it is. So in addition to your podcast, what other skills do you have that you could sell? Tie it into your podcast episodes. So you could say something like, hey, if you're listening and thinking, I need help launching my podcast, well, I can help you with that. Just check out the link in the show notes. It can be just that simple. It doesn't feel icky at all. It feels totally and completely helpful. All right. Another idea is to create a digital product. So what I mean by this is turn your best podcast episode into a PDF or a mini course. Maybe you did a 3-part series on building a podcast workflow or something like that. Well, you can package that up into a different format besides the podcast. It could be a PDF. It could be a course, an email course, whatever you want it to be, something downloadable, a template, any of those sorts of things. So simply take the topic of some episode that you have and create a product that you can share that's consumable. Okay, one more idea for my podcasters out there is obviously sponsorships. And, for the most part with sponsorships, as you think of them normally, you do need a lot of downloads, but you don't need to have, 10,000 downloads per episode to start getting some revenue from sponsorships, but you're going to handle it slightly differently. You are actually going to reach out to brands or tools that serve your niche. They could even be local businesses. So, you could reach out to somebody and say, hey, I have, 500 or 800 loyal listeners who are all in this category, and I think they could be interested in your product or your line of business. Would you like to sponsor an episode? And so you can start that way with sponsorships, and that's going to help grow your audience as well. So income plus growth, that's a great way to move forward in podcasting. Okay, the next category we will cover and offer some suggestions for is if you are a coach. You have a course, you're teaching people something. It could be one-on-one coaching. It could be an evergreen course, whatever it is. Your content is your marketing. Your stories, your posts, voice memos, all of it builds trust. But you question, how can you monetize it intentionally? My first suggestion is to have one clear offer. And I've said this over and over again. You don't need a dozen different things if you are a coach. You really need one signature offer. And it could be one-on-one coaching for whatever it is you can teach someone to do. Maybe you're helping someone launch their first product. Or it could be a 6-week program to help, burnt out moms reclaim their mornings. Organization hacks, whatever it is. So whatever your one thing is, make it clear and make it really good. Okay. Number 2, consider offering paid workshops. Zoom is a great place to host your workshops, especially if you're just getting started. Pick a topic, something very specific, how to write a bio that doesn't make you cringe and charge $47, record it, and then you can sell the replay. So you can always start with a live Zoom meeting and record it, and then you can resell it later. And again, it's going to be something in a very specific niche related to what your zone of genius is. Okay? Another idea is to create templates or tools that someone in your space could use. Templates are things that help people create things faster so they don't have to reinvent the wheel. So if you can come up with a system, a template, some way to help people do whatever it is you're teaching them to do and speed up the process, you can sell those. And templates are very, very popular. PDFs, you can use Canva, things like that to create templates. So think about whatever it is that is your knowledge base and that you are selling as a coach, and what tools could you prepare that would simplify things for your consumer. Create that and sell it. Okay? Another option for a coach is a membership or monthly access. So instead of just one-on-one coaching, you could offer support through Voxer. Now, Voxer is software. It's an app that allows you to record messages. And so if somebody needs your input on something, wants your opinion, wants you to review something, you can do that and then record a Voxer for them. And then they get to hear your voice explaining whatever it is you're going over. It's better than, I've always said this, it's better than typing and reading. When you can hear someone's voice explain something, it's so much more impactful. And so you can offer coaching or you can offer support with Voxer and you can charge for it. Okay. Another idea is a monthly group. You see a lot of these things on Facebook where you maybe buy a course or a coaching package for X amount of money. But then if you want continuing support in the Facebook group, then it's a different amount of money. And so there's lots of ways you can keep people loyal to you, and getting monthly access to meetings or Q&A sessions or support sessions, whatever it is a great way to monetize something if you are a coach. And then the fifth idea, now this one's kind of big, but this one is licensing, much more advanced, I guess. If you have built a course or a framework, something that you've proven that works, you can license it to other coaches or facilitators. You know, I don't care what space you're in, there's lots of people coaching something similar to what you're doing. And if you have a really good system in place, you can license that to other coaches and facilitators. So they are paying you for your content, for your framework, and then they get to use it under their own brand. So that one is more advanced, like I said, but if you're there, it's kind of fun to think about. Okay, now let's talk about if you are a voice artist. How can voice artists make money? Well, for the most part, we are auditioning for projects and we're hoping to land repeat customers over and over again. And that's normal and that's great, and you should continue doing that. But you can do some other things as well. And one is to really work on getting direct clients, not necessarily through the auditioning platforms, but have your own website and make sure that you are specifying the niche that you are the best in. Create your custom demos for this niche or a couple of niches, explainer videos, e-learning, podcast intros, whatever it is. Make sure that your website is geared towards that niche, and it makes it easier for you to direct the right kinds of people to what you have to offer. It makes it easy for your customer or your client to find you, to know exactly what you offer, and then to pay you for it. So it's no different than being a coach where you want to have a clear offer. Let people know the minute they get to your website what you do well and how they can buy it from you. Now, a couple of ideas. One would be offering a package like intros and outros for podcasters. There's new podcasts being made every day, and not everybody really knows what they're doing. Not everybody knows how to edit audio or record appropriately. They might be able to sit down for a mic and talk for a while, but it may not sound very good, and they may not know how to do the opening and the closing and those sorts of things. So you could offer a package, a affordable podcast intro package. It could be an intro, an outro with music, and it's $150. So it goes back to that clear offer. Here's a package. Here's something that might speed things up for you in what you're doing. I'm good at it, so pay me for it. $150 will get you an intro, an outro, and it will include a music bed. So whatever your niche is, come up with a package like that you can offer. And as a voice artist, it's going to depend on what niche you are specializing in. Okay, another idea is to record digital products with your voice, things like meditations, affirmations, calming bedtime stories. You can create these things, record them, and then sell them on your website. You can monetize your website in lots of different ways. Gumroad is one you might want to research. It's a great way to get a payment system put in place and to be able to sell things. But again, it comes down to package something that's bite-sized, that's easy for someone to purchase from you. So they know exactly what it is, it solves their problem, and they can buy it from you. Okay, a couple more ideas. One is to partner with course creators. So maybe you have a friend who is a coach or is getting ready to create a course or something like that. There are many people who have skills and abilities and knowledge about topics, and they want to make digital courses or online courses, but they don't know how to do the voiceover and they're not comfortable with it. And that's where you can come in. You can pitch yourself as being the voice of that course. They're going to provide you with a script. You're going to provide them with a voiceover. They match that up with the slides. Boom, now they have a course. So maybe that's your niche. And that's something that, you don't see every day. So think about things that your voice is good for and how can you package up something special and something independent that someone can purchase from you. Okay? Now, from there, you can also, use your skills as a voice artist to sell some of the skills that you have. You can run a workshop about how to prep your voice or teach other podcasters how to sound better behind the microphone. So what are some skills that you have that you could share? You can package that up into something that you can sell. Doesn't have to be about podcasting. It could be about gardening tips or any other hobby that you have. But you can teach people how to use their voice better to sell whatever it is that they have. All right? Makes sense? Okay. The next step in the process, after you've mulled over the ideas and decided which one feels the best to you, be thinking about your monetization style. And it's really important with the theme of my podcast is all about building a business that works for you, that feels good to you, that matches your schedule and your energy and all those sorts of things. So you need to match a monetization style to what makes you comfortable, what makes you happy, and what makes you be great at what you do. So ask yourself these questions. Do you like doing things more one-on-one or behind the scenes? This totally gets back to that energy. Are you someone that when you work with someone one-on-one, that energizes you and it feels great? Or are you someone who tries to stay away from that as much as possible and you love more the behind the scenes work? You need to understand who you are here and which type of energy works better for you. Because as you are coming up with something that you're going to be selling or monetizing, you want to make sure it fits who you are. Okay? Another question is, do you want reoccurring revenue, something that can just sell over and over and over again? Or do you enjoy like big launches, like the energy that goes with creating something, promoting something, setting the date, working towards it, making a big splash? And those are generally, larger money makers than something that's less expensive and just sort of sells evergreen on the side. What works best for you in your life? And the answer to that question can be multifaceted because I love a big launch. I think that's really fun. But at the same time, I look at my real schedule in my life and I'm not sure I can commit to everything that needs to be done for a big launch. So in a lot of ways, for me, selling evergreen works better because I don't always know that I'm going to be available on this one date in 3 weeks when I'm telling everybody to meet me live for something. So you have to decide that with your own style and your own energy. And then finally, do you love creating or do you love connecting? And again, this kind of goes back to, am I going to be working with someone one-on-one, talking, whatever it is, or am I going to create something and sell it and people may never hardly see me? It's up to you. There's no right or wrong here. It's about understanding who you are and using the correct method for what works best for you. So some people thrive doing personalized, high-touch coaching. Others love building once and selling it forever. So you need to know your vibe, you need to know your schedule, you need to know your energy, and then build around that. Okay, we are now at the point where we're going to do our micro challenge, and it's probably not a big surprise what we're going to be doing here. We are going to be making your own monetization map. So let's bring all of these ideas down to something doable. The first thing I want you to do is realize that this is a really important step for you. So get your pencil and paper out, get your notes app, whatever it's going to be, and actually do this work. The first step is really just to note or jot down what you already have. Do you have a podcast? Do you blog? Do you coach? Are you a voice artist? What is your thing? What is your thing? Number 2, pick one monetization method that feels exciting to you and doable. Not one where it's like, oh, if I do this, I'll have to sit down and come up with XYZ, or I'm going to have to commit to this or that. So pick one of the ideas that I've shared or something you've thought of on your own, one that you feel like, yeah, I can do that one, and that won't be a problem. I know how to do that one, okay? List 2 or 3 different ways that you can bring that to life in the next 90 days. So I want this to be actionable for right now. If you're thinking of podcasting and you want to reach out to some local sponsors, make a list of 2 or 3 different sponsors you want to reach out to. If you're a voice artist and you're loving the idea of creating some recorded affirmations or meditations, make a list of a few of those things, okay? Get a few things together listed based on what it is that you do, all right? Maybe you have a podcast and you're going to turn 5 of the episodes into a mini course that you can sell. Maybe you're going to run a live workshop for $37 for some specific topic that's in your knowledge base. Whatever it is, it needs to be really simple and clear and really action-focused. People need to know what it is that you're offering and how it can help them and how they can purchase it from you. And when you do it that way, it all just 100% completely feels like you're helping someone. And in exchange, they're going to give you some money. And that's great for you. That's what you want. And they're happy to give it to you because you are solving a problem for them. So package up something that you know, something that you do, something that uses your talent into something that could help someone else. And that's just it. That's how simple it can be. So making money from your voice or your content is not some far-off dream. It just takes some strategy, a little confidence, and you have to take the first step. You don't need 100,000 followers to make this work. What you need is a clear offer, a warm audience, people who know you, trust you, like you, and a willingness to put it out there and simply say, if this can help you, here's how you can get it. Never forget that your voice has value, that your work is worthy, and your mic, it's not just hot, it's ready to earn. Until next time, keep building what fits your life. And just in case, if you have interest in becoming a voice artist, please check out my free mini course, Intro to Voiceovers. You'll find a link to it in the show notes. It's a Q&A session that should help answer all those questions you have going on in your head, wondering how you could make it happen. So find the show notes, check out the link for the free mini course, Intro to Voiceover. Thanks for tuning in to Your Mic is Hot. If today's episode got you thinking, dreaming, or planning, share it with a friend, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Remember, your mic is hot. The world's waiting. Speak up, stand out, and build something that fits your life.